Hello, friends.
Hey,
Welcome to August Book Club. I was just telling them I feel like I haven't seen you all in forever.
Mhm.
So, we're so glad you're joining us tonight. Tell us hey.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Happy
Hi.
Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day.
I was starting to think at 4 o'clock, I was like, man, I wish we were doing this earlier. And I guess we could have because it's Labor Day, but we
Yeah.
didn't think about that.
Yeah. Sorry, hold on. I'm trying to readjust.
So, Sarah, are you missing the menace?
No, not really.
Sarah found a dog and she couldn't find the owner, so we had to come home with her.
Yeah.
And he was kind of a butthole, right?
He kind of started out that way. I think he was just like, who are you? Who are these dogs? You know, because I have
Bless
two
his
dogs.
heart. He missed his parents.
Yeah, it's tough. And I have a cat, and he liked to terrorize my cat. I'm like, my cat weighs more than you. You better stop that.
She'll go get you.
Yeah.
I know, she will.
Hi, Alex, Carrie, and Alicia.
Hey, everyone.
Hi.
So I really liked this book, The Last To Vanish. I'm a huge Megan Miranda fan, so it was totally right up my alley. I felt like, there's still people jumping on, but I felt like this book out of the three that I've read of hers was the most like descriptive, atmospheric. Like I could have almost been reading a Lisa Jewell book. I kind of felt.
Yeah, I could see that.
I can see that too.
Hey, Mandy.
The rating is on Goodreads. It's like a 3.6, which I don't take those very seriously. But I was wondering, like, why is it rated so low? But I think it's because it's not a quick thriller, and people want to read quick thrillers.
I don't really feel like any of her books are quick thrillers, though, now that I think about
it.
They're more mysteries.
I do think the one before this one, I think it was Such a Quiet Place with the green cover. It was juicy, and, like, the mystery was super developed, where this one kind of lacked.
Yeah.
But I was still very highly entertained. I gave it like 4 1/4. I rounded it up to 5.
Oh,
nice. Yeah, I think it was like right in line with her other books. Like when I think about All the Missing Girls, I felt like it was really reminiscent of All the Missing Girls in terms of like that slow burn mystery where you're kind of like questioning everybody.
Maybe that's my jam.
I loved it.
Yeah. I really liked All the Missing Girls, but people hated that because of the timeline, because they were so confused. But I loved it.
I could understand that. Did you read that one, Sarah? All the Missing Girls?
I think so.
We did book club on that, like a random Saturday morning book club.
I know, but I'm trying to remember if it was like just you and me. If the three of us, I feel like it was like a different one. So I'm trying to remember what the circumstances were that.
Yeah. I think I've read it. I can't be 100% sure. I should have checked.
Yeah.
All the Missing Girls has let's see what the average rating is. 3.77. So it's not that much higher than this one.
It did give me a little bit of the vibe of, I'm not going to remember the name of this book, but we did book club on it. And I also interviewed the author. It's been within the past year. You know what I'm talking about?
Where Shadows of Pecan Hollow?
No. When You Say Nothing, not like When You Say Nothing at all, but it's like something with a very generic title, like All the Things We Didn't Say, or Everything I Never Said, or something like that.
Oh, wasn't it Everything I Didn't Say?
Something like that. But, where she's this journalist and she goes back to her town, and her kid, she doesn't have custody of her kid, and like she goes back. Juno is her
Everything
name.
I Didn't Say.
Nicole Bart is the name of the author.
Nicole Bart is the author, definitely.
Oh, okay.
It really gave me that vibe where like the town kind of knew something that they weren't, like. Right. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a book of the month. Alex is right. So let's do ratings. What did everybody rate it?
Yeah. I did
technically, I guess I was 4 1/4, but I rounded it up.
Yeah.
Sarah?
Which means I liked it. 3.5 to me is I liked it. But you may ask me about it in a month, and I may not remember it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I might go down
liked
to
it.
4.
So
I gave it 4 stars.
Yeah.
4 is I really liked it.
yeah.
I was expecting
3,
there to be more of a thrill / deeper mystery. I don't like that the two things are unrelated. Like this is a spoiler conversation.
You
So
have
if
it
you
ready
don't
to
want
leave now.
spoilers, then you need to close. But I don't like that the fraternity 4 was not really connected
Yeah.
really
It
to
was
the
like
later ones.
It was like 2 big secrets instead of one.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Like it could I don't know. I mean, I don't know what I would have done differently,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
I don't know. It was odd.
This is also major spoiler, jumping to the ending for a sec. Like, how did you guys also feel? Okay, so like the 2 different mysteries, but like, how did you also feel about like the mystery not being like a serial killer or like something really dramatic and scary?
Yeah, like it was just kind of, well, it solved it, but it wasn't a big thrill or deep mystery. It was just
Right.
Yeah, he was like, I had to
Did
do
that
it,
feel anticlimactic to you guys, or
It was a
were you
little.
guys okay with that?
It was
maybe a little anticlimactic because like I was wanting there to be some like super smart, mischievous killer who was covering up his crimes, but it just kind of was this guy who was desperate and who
Yeah.
just was lucky that he hadn't gotten caught yet.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the whole thing with like the cover up with what's her name? What's the
The
innkeeper's
name.
Oh, Celeste.
I always
Celeste.
do.
I
I'm
was gonna
always
say
bad at
Corinne,
names.
and I was like, that's not it. Celeste.
Celeste.
Yeah.
With the whole
Yeah.
with the fraternity 4.
And then it turned out to be Abby's. One of them was Abby's father.
Mhm.
Like
Right.
that, I didn't see any of that because there was no clues. Like
I
okay.
think if I would have physically read it over a couple of days, I probably would not have rated it as high as I did. I listened to it today from start to finish on audio. And so because it was such a quick experience and wasn't drawn out, I think
Yeah.
that's why I was so entertained. And the twist where she was the daughter, that kind of made me like
Yeah.
and that was a good moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also listened to it on audio in one day and didn't think it was slow, but like I totally understand the perspective of being boring and slow. Like I get that. I
Yeah.
feel like if I physically read it, I probably would have felt that too.
I had a coworker. I shared it with her because I had 2 copies. So I let her borrow one of my copies, and she read it quickly. I think she read it in like 3 days. But she was like, I mean, the ending was okay, but I was kind of bored.
Yeah. And I read it
So
too. Maybe that's
I
why
feel like that's what a
You
lot of
felt that way
people
too,
are
Sarah?
kind
a little different.
of
Yeah.
saying.
And my issue, one of the things is that I always try to guess who the killer is, and I zoned in on Harris super early, and I never wavered, and I don't like.
See, I didn't at all.
I see, and I like it when I can. I like sometimes I get it right, but sometimes I doubt myself. But I had no other. So, and then when it turned out to be him, I was like, oh, well, that's kind of bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
wanted
didn't pick
something
him
else.
out at all.
I saw it super early, like so that kind of ruined it a little for me.
Yeah.
Even though
I guess
but
I thought maybe Corey could have been involved, but I mean, he would have been too young to do the. I keep wanting to call him the Fab Four, but the fraternity four. He was too young for that, but
that did
I
throw you
kind of
off
got
with
a
the
vibe.
big
Maybe he
time.
could have done the later girls.
I also guessed that Celeste was involved in the cover up. I thought that was like obvious because
like maybe it was Vincent and she was covering it up.
well, it was like the
but he
only
was
like
dead for the other ones.
the only like consistent from like all the way back then to now was that like Celeste had this inn and was like, you know what I mean? The last place that everybody was there. So I've always like, how could she not be involved?
Yeah. I was also thinking that maybe Celeste's husband was the guy they said that lived on the mountain, and like he didn't really die, and
that would have been interesting.
At first, I was like, okay, maybe that's the big twist, but then it didn't turn out to be. But I did kind of go that direction. I'm like, oh, her husband could be the one, and she's covering for him. But that didn't turn out to be it.
Yeah. I think it says a lot for an author that their writing is so good that it keeps you entertained even when nothing's happening.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I was just like, yep, yes, I love it. But
I liked the way that it was divided into parts, the way that like, and it focused on each disappearance. I thought that was like really well done.
And it did bring up Labor Day, and I was like, oh, that's fitting.
Yeah.
It did. It mentioned like the date was like September 3rd. I was like, oh, we're so close.
That's so funny.
And it was Labor Day that day.
And it was Labor Day, yeah. But I mean, I did read it today, but I did want to see the ending, and I was curious. It's just, like I said, I liked it. I didn't really like it. I mean,
I'm probably gonna bump down to 4 because I was really only like 4 1/4, so that really should go down to 4.
That could go down.
It didn't deserve 5, but I think definitely just very run of the mill, very average. Like, I'm probably not gonna remember what happened.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a nice way to spend my day. Yeah, a nice way to spend my day.
I wanted to see how it wrapped up.
I still have 2 or 3 of hers. I know I need to read the one that was a Reese pick.
The Last House Guest.
Yes, and then there's The Perfect Stranger.
Mm-hmm.
There might be another one that I've not read.
I get all these titles confused with others. I'm like, have I read those? I know I've read the Reese.
I've read all of them.
You've read all of them.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah, there was a lot of characters.
I just read The Perfect Stranger like last month or the month before that, so I think that was her.
That's interesting.
There's and The Girl from Widow Hills. That's another one.
Okay, yes, I haven't read that one. Okay, so there's 3 that I need.
Something I was thinking about was like Abby as a narrator. Like, so the whole time, you'd like think that she's like pretty reliable.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you kind of, something that I liked about the writing was that you just kind of accept her explanation for why she wants to live in, what's it called? Cutter's Pass?
Yeah.
Why she wants to like live there, and without really giving you a good explanation. And I just kind of like accepted and took it at face value because I trusted her as a narrator. And then at the end, you realize she's been like hiding this secret from you as the reader.
Right.
Like, I thought that was pretty clever.
Yeah.
And how coincidental is it that she winds up there with the person who knew
exactly what happened
and just was like, just tell people you're our niece. Like, if I was her and I knew this, I'm like, why is this woman being so friendly?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Trey West seemed to disappear.
Yeah.
Conveniently there to help with
he
Harris.
Did. I was like, was he still there? Where did he
go? because he wasn't really like in any of the story.
Yeah. And
the last little bit, he just kind of was.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't know what he was doing, and bam, there he was, the man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, oh, there you are.
Did you think the outline of the man that she saw in the distance, did you think it was Trey or did you think it was Corey?
I thought it was Corey.
I did too.
Yeah.
Alicia asked me where this one ranks. That's a good question. I would say probably in the middle. What's funny is like I'm looking at my ratings of all of her books, and I haven't given any of them more than 4 stars. They've all been 4 or 3 stars, but like I always want to read her books, but I just haven't been obsessed with any of them. I just
that's what I
like
expect to give kind of mysteries because 4 stars to 5 means, you really like, you would read it again or you remember it. These mysteries. 3.5. That means I liked it.
Yeah.
But I did look. I have not read all the Missing Girls yet. It's the one like I can't remember.
I think Such a Quiet Place was probably my favorite.
Yes, I loved it so much. That was my first by her, and I loved it.
I liked this one more than The Last House Guest and more than The Perfect Stranger. I'm just
I did
looking
give
at
that one 4 stars.
rating.
It looks like the rest I've given 3.
Which one did you give 4 stars to?
The Such a Quiet Place.
Yeah,
I thought it was so good.
That one was really good.
Yeah.
Alex brought up, I thought her having the locker was confusing, and that was very confusing to me too.
I didn't understand that part either. I'm like thinking,
did Georgia find the
so I'm
stuff
trying to remember it
from Landon, and then she put it in the locker to? But why would she have put Abby's name on it? Like, that part was just kind of like, huh?
Yeah, I thought that too, because in such a small town, he would, she would be Georgia from the end, like Abby was from, because they were born there.
Yeah.
So to go rent this locker from, they would have known that Georgia, rented it and been like, "You're not Abby," I don't know how that, would have happened.
Because he knew she was Abby from the end.
Yeah,
he recognized her.
It's such a small town. You don't look to see what name she wrote down. That was confusing.
But I mean, she was kind of sort of investigating, and then had him come to help.
Yeah, when she found the camera.
But why put it in Abby's name unless you just didn't? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if that was ever explained. Did we just like miss something?
I mean,
I never.
I did not get that today. I mean,
Abby said something like, "I forgave her," but I'm like, we didn't really learn why.
Why? Yeah, I mean,
she could have put it in her name, or or anybody else's name. It was weird to see.
I think like what Kayla is saying is like it was probably like that a lot of shade was on Georgia and Corey. Just like I feel like that was probably just thrown in to like give a red herring.
Yeah, just to make us think that it was them.
And to make her seem suspicious. I don't really either understand. I don't understand that either, Alex. Like why she just like ran away one day.
Yeah, I thought it could be her that she knew that Abby had found her locker. I think that's why she left.
She was scared.
Yeah. Or I mean, she did have 2 items from dead people, who are missing people at that point. I mean, that would be suspicious, but I don't know. Why not hide it somewhere better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
I agree with that. I agree.
Yep.
But I definitely think it could have been juicier. It could have been more sinister.
Darker.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more cultish, like the town.
Yeah.
There was a book I read called Bloodline, and it is a Amazon Prime book. And if you are wanting a town that is crazy to outsiders, read that one because it was freaking good.
Okay, I'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, that has my suggestion.
It's called Bloodline.
Bloodline. I can't remember the author's last name, but her first name is Jess.
Cool. Jess Laurie. I'm looking it up right now.
It's pretty
great.
Cool. And I'm pretty sure it is one of the ones that you can listen and read for free.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, and I did that.
So would you guys read another Megan Miranda book after this one? I know you would, Megan, because and I know I would.
It's entertaining. Like I said,
Sarah,
they're not my favorites, but they're entertaining. I'm curious to see how they end and, who did it and what's going on.
I think she's a very solid author.
I do too.
I agree. Like, and I think she does a really good job with description, like setting
Mhm.
description. Like her narrators are always well developed.
Mhm. Yeah, the narrators that she has used before this book, she was great. This one, I mean, I thought she was still good, but she wasn't that lady.
Oh, the audio narrator? Yeah.
Yes.
It was a different one because I was like, her voice sounded
Yeah,
so
because I
cool.
looked it up. I
Okay.
looked it up. Because I remembered, for some reason, I don't do this a lot, but for some reason, every book I've read by Megan Miranda, I have listened and physically held the book. I don't know why I've done that, but I feel like those are really good experiences for me.
Yeah, because it's like all immersive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Helps
All
my
the things
ADHD
look
brain
really
pay attention.
Okay, so everyone would read again. Awesome. Even though people who didn't like it.
Yeah,
But
I
I
didn't see
haven't
anybody
I
who
haven't seen
hated it.
anybody
Just,
flat out say I hated
think-
it. It's just I was kind of bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored, but
I feel like I should have been bored. I would have expected myself to be bored with it.
yeah,
Because you are not a huge, like, character-driven,
no,
world-building.
yeah,
Like usually if other people are bored, I'm bored too.
Yeah.
Because I like fast-moving books, but like for some reason
But
I
sometimes
wasn't
with
bored with this.
audiobooks, it seems faster because you can do other things and
Mhm.
it's being read to you. So I always think I rate audiobooks higher than I do when I read them.
Because it's like you don't have to worry about like being distracted by like
Right.
I don't know, staring at
Now,
your phone or whatever.
I
do
did
that all the
read
time.
The Family Remains, which I think these authors are pretty similar. And I physically read it. I didn't have the audio, and I gave it 5 stars. Like, I was just blown away. I thought it was so good.
That's the new Lisa Jewell, right?
Yes.
I'm about to read that one. I just reread The Family Upstairs because I heard it's a better experience if you know, because I read
I'm
it
usually
and,
the same
and
way.
I didn't remember anything. Like I have read this book, and I mean I remember like pieces, but I was still like, oh yeah, that's what happened. So
Yeah.
I remember like almost nothing from that book.
I know.
I think I
have a really
normally
hard
rate
time with
thriller books slower too when I listen because, like, I don't know if I kind of am missing the build up, but I like I like to do like historical fiction or kind of a literary fiction on audio where I kind of would be bored.
Yeah, that's
and I
how
kind of need that extra push because thrillers I don't typically need the
No.
audio. I just had to do it today because I kept putting it off, like thinking I would have time and I didn't. And so I was like, well, crap, I have to do the audio because there's no way I can sit down and read it that fast.
Right.
I think I rate audiobooks higher when it's like narrated in the first person. Because then I feel like
they are
like,
telling me a
talking to
story.
me.
Yeah.
Right.
I think those are like the best audiobooks. And then I don't really care what the genre is.
Yeah.
100% this is me, and that's why I like to hold the book when it's a thriller, because I paused multiple times and went back and was like, okay, hold on, wait a minute, I missed something, and had to read the paragraph and was like, oh, okay, now I know what they were saying.
Yeah. Sometimes your mind went, and then you're like, let me go back. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, if you're listening to Stephanie Plum on audio and you miss a sentence or two, it does not matter. Yeah.
But sometimes you're like, wait, who's that? I need to go back.
Yeah.
Romance on audio is very like hit or miss for me.
Yes.
Because if it's a female narrator,
I know what you're gonna say.
Ew, they do like the gross guy voices. It's like it takes away.
She's like, hey babe. Just stop. Just do your regular voice. I would enjoy it so much more.
Like, can you guys have just like splurged for like one other
one
male narrator,
one
please?
Male and one female.
To pop in every now and then. I do love full cast audiobooks. Smutty scenes on audio give me the ick. Yeah. Yes.
What is everybody listening to or reading right now? Or listening to both?
Since I just finished this one. You all, all of you who are watching, if you could give me one book recommendation that you think I need to read right now, leave it in the comments. And help me pick my next book.
I like that question.
Very good.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of questions, you sent us questions and we used none of them.
Oh, I know. That's okay.
It's all right. It doesn't matter.
I know.
No, Alex, I will
The
not.
Heart Principle was so good.
Not that one. She put it ends with us.
Oh, but then she wrote "and the Heart Principle." Wait, Alex,
Okay.
did you finish the Heart Principle yet?
I'm reading that too with Alex. It ends with us.
How are you liking it so far, Sarah? No.
Cricket.
Thumbs down.
I'm not that far, but I'm not enjoying. I don't know what it is for her, but I didn't really give her Verity either. So I think it's just she just does not meld with me. But I'm like, what?
That book is
Mackenzie,
so
I'm
like
not.
to the movie. It's like not even funny.
So I'm gonna finish it because you know how I feel about DNFing books. So I'm gonna finish it, but
Yeah.
I'm
Mackenzie,
just reading it for
who
like
is
4
that
days
by?
now, and I'm on like page 100, which usually with me, I'm usually finish it in a day or 2, 3 at the most. I'm like, I didn't even pick it up this weekend.
I thought it was a fast read, but just afterwards, I kind of just felt like, why? I don't know. I didn't understand the like sensationalized, like how people are just obsessed with it.
No, there's just something, like I said, and this is only my second book by her. I read Verity, and then, but I don't know.
Speaking of Verity, somebody just posted, or Mandy posted, I'm reading The Last Housewife, and I have seen those compared.
Oh, The Last Housewife is like way more messed up.
I have it on hold.
It's so
maybe
good.
if Walmart has it, I might run in there tomorrow and pick it up.
You should definitely get it because it's like one of my favorite books of the year so far.
Which one are we talking about? Sorry.
Oh,
The Last Housewife has been. I saw somebody
yes.
compare it to Verity. Back when they were like, they had an arc of it, and they were like trying to hype it up.
I missed that. Yeah, I haven't read it yet.
And this one is dark. Well, Verity was pretty dark.
I thought it was dark until I read The Last Housewife, and then I learned what dark was.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna have to see.
It's so good. Okay. It is. It's like it's major cultish.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll like it, Megan, because you like books about cults and stuff.
Oh, I do. I love books about cults.
You will love this book.
Okay. Yeah, I have it. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh, I can't wait till you guys read it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would be my recommendation.
Okay.
For your next book.
Yeah, I just finished a thriller. I don't even know what else so that's the first book I've read in September. So I haven't read a historical fiction in a while.
That's unusual.
Maybe I need to. I know. I mean, I have a couple that I think would be good.
And I'm reading historical fiction right now, which I never do.
What are you reading?
I'm reading Take My Hand. It was
I need to
start that book. I think
one with like the really beautiful cover with the leaves on it.
No, I don't have that book. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Wait, Sarah,
that is a really pretty cover.
I haven't got to it yet.
You have it though.
I have it.
I like it so far.
Okay, good.
I'm reading that, and then I'm also reading The Pool Boy by Nikki Sloan, which is like just pure smut. So it's like
I know, one range to the next. That's what I like to do. I like to skip genres and move around, but that's a big gap.
Because it's like when I'm in a serious mood, then I read Take My Hand, and then when I'm just like in a silly mood, then I read The Pool Boy.
Yeah. I said I like historical fictions, but sometimes I have to be in the mood for to read them.
Yeah, same. They're like few and far between for me, but they're really good.
So, have either of you read "I'm Glad My Mom Is Dead" yet? Which is a very deep title. You did read it? What did you think?
I listened to it.
Did you like it?
Mm-hmm.
My friend that I work with, she's only 21, and she makes me feel really old. And I feel like I'm like 21 until I hang out with her. Her and her friends, they came. She did her friend's hair the other day, and they had another friend there. So it was the three of them. and I felt ancient. But anywho, she got it because she watched iCarly. So if that tells you how young she is, she
Oh,
watched
that's funny.
iCarly when it was on.
I did. I of course
So
I'm
she's
too
really
way too old
excited about
for
it.
iCarly, but my nephews loved it, so I knew
Yeah.
who they were because I would
Yeah.
watch it with them. But it was good. It was a hard read. I mean,
Yeah.
it's she talks a lot about her eating disorder and her mother was pretty messed up in their relationship,
Yeah.
but it was
Is it
good.
a
Yeah.
is it a
It's hard to
memoir
say
or like
It
entertaining
is.
because
okay?
it's it's like
Well,
a
Alex, you make me
story.
feel old all the time too.
But I mean, it's a good listen if but it's a lot about
Well,
eating disorders
yeah.
and
I'll probably borrow her book when she's done with it.
Sounds really sad.
it is
Yeah.
sad.
See, I have a really great relationship with my mom, so
Me
I
too.
think
So
I
it's hard
can
to
read it and it won't be triggering for me.
right.
But I can see where that would like really be hard for
Yeah,
people.
like I said,
Yeah.
she went through a lot, which
Sad.
you wouldn't have. But I mean, and she does a good job narrating the audiobook,
Yeah.
so
It's
Yeah.
narrated by the author.
she does, which I imagine it would be hard, to go through
Yeah.
all that stuff again
Yeah.
to read it too. But she does an excellent job with it.
Yeah.
Now, you all know that Tom Felton is putting out a memoir and he's reading it
Oh
himself.
yeah.
I'm so excited about that. Who would have thought that I would think Draco was
I
the
had to look up who that
thirst trap?
was. Okay, that's Draco from Harry
Draco, yeah.
Potter. He looks different as a grown up.
I know he's hot.
I'm still on like movie 4 or something where they're all still
Yeah.
children, so
Oh no, he's
very
hot.
hard.
He wasn't hot in the 7th movie either, but his like
What does that-
gruff that he has going on,
Oh,
I like it.
Speaking of Harry Potter, did you guys know that Daniel Radcliffe is going to be in a new like satirical biopic about Weird Al Yankovic?
My nephew just
did
showed me
not
the
know that.
preview for it. I was like, oh my god.
And he's playing Weird Al.
He's
I'm
Weird
so
Al.
excited.
No, but he is really funny. Like I liked him in I didn't watch very many episodes because I didn't really like the premise, but he was good in that TBS show where like God decided he wanted to end. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, I kind of remember that. I never.
I thought he was kind of funny. I only watched like the episode and I was like, I don't think this is my cup of tea.
Right.
But
yeah, it wasn't mine either, but I do know what you're talking about. I did see previews.
yeah.
I was like, oh, are you going to watch it, Mandy? I think it's going to be so funny. Like, I was a really big Weird Al fan as a child, so I'm very excited.
You know who
Excited.
wrote a
We're
really
excited to
good
watch
children's book?
No, I didn't know that.
It's called When I Grow Up, and it's got Weird Al doing all these different professions, and it's really cute.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to get that.
Yeah,
Well,
it's really precious.
It's funny, Weird Al is in the movie, but he's playing this very straight-laced executive with like
That's
a
awesome.
real, not as crazy haircut and. So.
I dressed up as Weird Al for a costume party as a child.
Do you have a picture?
Yes,
Yeah, we need to see pictures of that.
I'm gonna need to see a picture of this. Please share with the group.
I'm like just slowly revealing facts about how obsessed with Weird Al I am.
I love it.
It's really funny.
No, it's funny. I do want to see a picture though.
Yes, I will find that picture and I'll show it to you.
We're keeping making up.
I'm like, they obviously didn't see the picture of my Weird Al impression because they didn't cast me as Weird Al. So
they were all wrong. You would have been fabulous.
They casted wrong.
I don't think it would make much of a difference, Kayla, other than just not having the nostalgia of having watched her on the show type thing. Like, I've only seen a few episodes here and there. Like, I didn't watch it, so.
Yeah, I don't think you need to have watched iCarly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about her struggle in Hollywood as an actress, and her relationship with her mother. So I don't think you really need. It doesn't. I mean, it does mention her friendship with the girl who played iCarly or Carly on that show, and so but it's about way more than the show that she was on.
Yeah. Alex, I don't even know what's coming out tomorrow. I have fallen so far out of the book world.
Tuesday.
It's sad.
I know it is New Book Tuesday.
Just so busy.
I know. I'm trying to
It
think
will
of like
slow down
that are
soon.
coming out though that I'm excited about. I have no idea.
I know. There's nothing I don't think I have on. I think I always read Reese's Choice, so her new book, her pick will come out tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
I hadn't
Reese's.
really heard
That'd be
anything
nice.
about
I
it.
know. We used to
I do know
really
it's a
be on
Reese's
it,
pick,
Alex.
but
Well, we both just read Wrong Place, Wrong Time though.
yeah,
That was
and that was good. I really liked that.
really good.
It was different. I like
I'm
the
glad I stuck
mystery
with
in
it.
reverse. Yeah.
Yeah, it was I almost DNF'd it and I ended up giving it 4 stars. It was really good. Oh, Good Romance is coming out tomorrow, Mandy says. Oh, I have to look.
Oh, okay.
What did everybody get in their book of the month box? And did you
I
get your box?
skipped.
I haven't gotten mine yet. I got I was going to say the Love Hypothesis, but that's not right. Her new one, Love on the Brain.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Killers of a Certain Age. And
I'm trying to remember what the
I
last
was
one
trying to
was.
remember which one I got.
I do have the Killers on hold, and then I
Oh,
have
great.
an arc of the book we've picked for our.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
had it
Of Your
I didn't get it.
Birds.
Oh, I got the Jaded one. I can't remember the full title.
Jaded Women?
Fortunes, Jade of
Or,
Fortunes of
yeah,
Jaded Women. I'm
I
not
think
sure.
that's
Oh,
Whatever,
okay.
whatever that one was, because that's the GMA pick. So I got that one.
The Fortunes of Jaded Women. Yeah.
Fortunes of Jaded Women. Okay. As I was like,
I also got Love on the Brain. What was the other one? Oh, The Killers of a Certain Age. And I also
you
got
got
The
the
Attic
Addict Child,
Child.
right? Yeah, I had that one on hold.
It kind of sounded
Wow.
like similar to, do you guys remember that? I don't know if it was a book first, but I know it was a movie. A Little Princess? I think it was a book,
Yes,
actually.
it was a book. I love both.
Where she was like hiding in the attic, right? That whole time. Like
Yeah.
the 2 girls were living in the attic of the
Ooh.
orphanage.
Well, she wasn't hiding. They put her in there.
She
But yeah,
wasn't hiding. You're right. They put
What
her.
book? What are y'all talking about?
A Little Princess.
A Little
Oh,
Princess
okay.
is compared, and we're comparing it to the Addict Child, which is
Like,
one
I
of
know
the
they're gonna be super different, but it was just like
Mm,
the
okay.
synopsis, like, reminded
yeah,
me of that and made
Girls
me
in the
remember
Attic.
that.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
Mackenzie, I think that I saw where normally it comes out of Pennsylvania and then goes to Louisville. So I wonder if that's why you're getting it so fast since you live there. Because I normally get like it'll go from Pennsylvania to Louisville and then to where I live. So I usually get it pretty fast too when I get it.
okay.
The Christie Affair was decent. I'm not gonna lie, it was actually pretty good.
What's that one?
The Christie Affair, Alicia got that one. It's an older one,
It's an older one.
but yeah,
Gotcha.
it was pretty good.
I read that because I
Yeah,
think it
I
was
really like historical mysteries. I really like that.
it's fun.
Oh, Not a Happy Family was good too, Kayla.
I don't remember that.
I
What
like
was
that
that one about?
That was the new Shari LaPena one. Remember about like the rich family and like the parents are
Oh yeah,
out
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah.
bed.
I
I
liked
think we
it.
got a book chat about that one.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
did too.
I liked
Oh,
that one. That was
I
fun.
like that one.
that's exciting.
I know. New books, new books. I don't need
I
any
have
new
no
books.
idea when my book. When my
Wonder if Book of the Month is opening up more distribution centers
I don't
They
know.
did it like a while
in the
ago. I remember they
country.
added one in Las Vegas,
Yeah,
and
as I
then
say,
that
I think
made
now they
me
have
get
one
mine
on
a lot
this side
faster.
and one on
Maybe
the
they've got
other
one
side.
closer to us now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I probably should have gotten mine today, but of course there was no mail today, so I'll probably get it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think
Because
I'm
last
getting
time I
it.
was checked, it was like in the it was in Florida, like
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville, which is 2 hours, but that usually takes about a day. So I should have gotten it today, but no mail tomorrow.
So for our book chat on Other Birds, which
Other
is
birds.
next month, are you guys all going to read it, or you're going to do the audio?
Tentatively, my plan is to read it.
I'm gonna read. I have the arc, so I'm gonna try to read it.
Yeah. Unless I put myself in a situation where I have to buy it the day of on Audible.
Yeah. I will have to listen
But,
to that before the day of our chat because I have to review it, and I think it expires
Well,
September
my
30th,
plan was that I was going to read it Saturday
I'll have to read it.
and Sunday, and then finish it up today. But Saturday, our football game was supposed to start during the day, but it kept getting rain delayed and rain delayed. So my 6-year-old's football game did not start until 7:45 at night.
Oh my gosh.
gosh.
So we wasted the whole day just kind of waiting around. And then normally I go and get supplies on Monday morning. Well, they're shut because of Labor Day. So I had to go yesterday. So I just
It
You got
happened.
it done.
I think I'm
Yeah.
going to do the audio for this one.
Yeah.
I didn't
But
get
did you all see the pictures of him in his little uniform?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
so
he's so
little.
cute.
He's so
Oh my
cute.
gosh. They were
cute.
so tiny out
He's
there.
tiny. He's too tiny to play
It's cute
football.
though. Well, girl, you should see him out there because he
I know.
is laying them out.
That's awesome.
I'm
Wait,
like, I've
That is
always
awesome.
known you were mean, but dang. Like, you're mean.
Yeah. I just see him in his pictures. He's just such a little guy. Like, he's too
Yeah.
little.
so cute.
No, I mean, he flat out knocks them out.
Good for him.
Yeah, Mandy, mine's not showing it on Libby yet either, so I'll probably have to end up spending an Audible credit on it.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
our
looked
Libby
up.
Sometimes
time
Libby
took
comes in
forever.
late.
Yeah, because it's not on script, and it's not. And I tried to get because sometimes that helps me read it because I'll go back and forth, and I don't always use that. But I don't. They have the ebook, but they don't have the audiobook on. I thought maybe it was an Audible only book, but Audible doesn't say that. So.
Mm-mm.
And I've noticed several books that I've been like, I want the audio for, but nowhere has it. I guess they just haven't recorded it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they come out like months later than the printed book for some reason.
Like maybe they're waiting on sales money to
do it
to do it because they don't want to invest that much out of pocket.
But because Audible has it, so they have an audiobook. I just haven't seen it.
Oh, okay,
On
gotcha.
any of them yet.
Oh,
And it's kind of like magical realism, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that it's a fast read, though. That's exciting to me.
Yeah, I think Jill. Is it Jill? I think Jill or the other Sarah read it, and they both really liked it. So I can't remember which one it was now. I don't think either of them are on here.
No, I don't think so either. Yeah, I think
Jill
read it.
Jill said her library didn't get it in time, so she wasn't coming. I don't see Sarah L.
Mm-mm.
I don't. She said. I think she said she didn't have time to read this one, or that was
Jill.
Jill.
But I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
I can't remember if Sarah read it or not.
I've only heard good things though, so I'm excited to read it. I'm excited to read something in a different genre.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to throw in something new, and fall is when I usually read my magical realisms with the witches and all that other, stuff. So I'm ready for it.
Yeah, same.
Well,
anybody else?
Yeah, guys.
And as normal, we did 20 minutes on book club, and the rest of it just yakking.
That's part of book club.
Oh yeah, best part. The best.
We talked about the book. It would be one thing if we didn't even talk about the book.
I know.
We just talked about it.
Hey, we've had it real quick before where we've gone. Oh well.
We're like, that book sucked.
All right, let's move on. Okay, so is anybody gonna read the new Aaron Sterling book?
Oh,
Aaron.
The X-Hex?
The Kisses Curse, or
I don't know. I guess I'm going to because
I'm boycotting that author.
She's done.
I'm taking a stand.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I saw where it was read now, and I was like, well, I guess I'll do it. Or no, I think I requested it just because I don't know why I felt compelled to do that.
I just feel like morally opposed to supporting this author. He's gotten 4 books picked by Book of the Month. Like,
that's wild.
I don't understand it. It's like,
I mean, Ellen has a lot picked, but still, Ellen's at least a good writer.
Yeah. Right. It's like her books are just, I'm sorry. I just think they're terrible.
Very, very, very amateur.
Yes. And I'm like,
Like I'm writing a story in my senior English class.
exactly. And it's like to have that level of writing and get picked 4 times, I'm like, I can't.
Yeah.
What type of deal do you have?
Sorry, I get so passionate about
Yeah.
this, but it just
Yeah, I
drives
know.
me
Like,
crazy.
I'm very much a FOMO person, and when I saw it on NetGalley, I was like, well, I mean, kind of feel like I need to.
I know.
For no reason.
For no reason. I know her covers are very like
I know.
They are eye-catching.
they draw you in. I'm like,
Yeah.
do I need to give her a 5th chance? No, I do not.
Yeah. What if I have read 3?
I've read all 3. I've read
The Wife Upstairs.
The Wife Upstairs and the X-Hex. Was that the
X-Hex.
And Reckless Girls
and
was
Reckless
another
Girls.
one.
Okay, I've read 3.
We've read
Wait, so she was only picked 3 times, not 4 times? Doesn't she have a 4th one?
I don't think so.
I can't think of another one.
You're right. I'm exaggerating then. It's 3. If they pick the Kiss Curse, then it'll be 4.
Okay, maybe that's what you're thinking. So I'm like,
the covers are very cute.
I love the covers.
Yeah.
And The Wife Upstairs has a beautiful cover, and Reckless Girls has a beautiful cover.
I like the flowers a lot.
Yeah.
I will say she is a better writer under Rachel than she is under Aaron, but they're still not great.
No,
I agree.
I didn't hate the mystery. I mean, I didn't hate X-Hex. I just thought it was.
I hated the X-Hex. I thought it was so freaking stupid.
And I mean, I was like Hallmark witchiness, but I think I've given them all like 3 stars, so definitely not a favorite. But I've had some issues with some of them. Like, okay.
If the X-Hex was a YA novel, first of all, I wouldn't have read it. But if I did read it, I wouldn't have rated it poorly because I would have accepted that it's for young adults.
The sex scene was so weird because it was like there was no chemistry, and then bam, they slept together, and then what? And then the actual mystery of it, I was so confused around.
Yeah.
And it was so surface level, amateur. It was exactly the way a YA novel is, where it's they don't go too deep. It's just fun and super light.
No.
The Wife Upstairs was not terrible.
No, it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't.
Like I said.
I mean, Reckless Girls wasn't terrible. It was just really kind of just very amateur writing. The plot was okay. It was just the way it was executed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, the cussing was weird.
Thrown in.
Oh yeah, it's not YA. Let me swear.
Right. It's she wrote a YA novel, then went back in during the editing process and added swear words and added one sex scene.
Yeah, and was like, okay,
here's an adult novel.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people like it, so whatever.
I'm sorry if you loved it.
I know. I take the trash book that you love, but I'm sorry.
We have much different tastes if you loved it. But.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, it was so nice to hang out with you all.
Yep.
Yeah, super fun.
See you next month.
Yeah. So stay tuned for any updates. I guess we just put out our September challenge, so check that out.
Yeah.
And then join us for our book club. It's in October though, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, we started now doing the beginning of the month instead of the end of the month, which I think is cool.
Yeah. That way you have the whole month.
Yep.
To read it.
Yep.
And that's largely based on me because I'm a sucker now.
I think it's October 3rd. I think it's Monday, October 3rd.
Yeah, it's whatever the first Monday is.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. So we will see you all next time.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks everyone for coming.